Welcome back, everyone. Well, you've heard me say this before, but Glens Falls is really fortunate in that they have a Rotary Club. Many communities have Rotary Clubs, but the Glens Falls Rotary Club is particularly active. It's really quite a club. And joining me today is a former president of the Glens Falls Rotary and the race director for what is fast becoming the spring event in Glens Falls, which is the Rotary 5K and Corporate Challenge. So joining me today is somebody who's been here before, Jim Goodspeed, who's the race director, and Kim Bren, who is the executive director of the Glens Falls Senior Center, one of the organizations that's recipient of the money that the race raises this year. Yes. So welcome, both of you. Nice to have you here. Welcome back, Jim. Hey, was it a year ago that we were here talking about the race?
Time flies.
It does, especially if you're running. Okay, pun intended. Let's talk about, I think, well, if last year was the 5th, this has got to be the 6th year.
You're correct.
Good, okay. Tell us this year now. Each year, the Rotary picks a couple of organizations in the community as recipients for the money that you raise. Who are the recipients this year?
This year, it's Kim's organization, the Great Glens Falls Senior Center,
yes,
and the Chapman Historical Museum, which you're familiar with in downtown Glens Falls.
Yeah, sure. Tim Widener does a wonderful job with the Chapman. Past recipients, by the way, have included Caritas, Open Door Mission, yes, right? Waite House, Dwayne was just in for an interview recently, and High Peaks Hospice. So, as you can tell, Glens Falls Rotary is always involved with reaching out to the community and helping these kinds of organizations that always need help. You know, you told me before we went on air that you've been to some of these organizations and seen firsthand the work that they do, right?
They do some amazing things.
Yeah, they do. They totally do. Kim, you've been involved with the Senior Center for a couple of years now.
Just over a year.
Just over a year. Mm-hmm. Very much like Lois Celeste here in Saratoga Senior Center. Yes. It's not a job to you.
No,
I know it's not.
No, it's a passion.
It is a passion, for sure. Tell us a bit about the Senior Center.
Well, we're open every day, Monday through Friday. We offer a variety of programming, including educational, recreational. We have art classes and exercise classes. We have a transportation program that we transport the seniors to and from the center and to medical appointments. So we're busy every day.
You know, we recently, as I was telling Kim, we recently did almost a 3-month series on all issues related to seniors, and I'm just amazed by it. You know, someone getting in that stage in their life, the center becomes a family to them. It's a place that they can go every day, you know, that they're exercising their minds and their bodies and being part of all of the different activities, and they become your family, don't they?
They do, they do. And we're in the historic house for Glens Falls. We're in the Sherman House on the corner of Sherman and Glen. So people come in, and it is a home, and it feels like a home to them, and they call it their home away from home. But we've made a lot of friends, and it relieves their isolation.
How many members?
We have over 1,400 members.
Oh, my God. So in case you're thinking that old people getting on in their years are going to Florida, I don't think so.
No, no.
Well, you know what? I hear this frequently. People say, why would I go to Florida and miss the winter?
That's
you know,
true.
that it's healthy, and it's part of our wonderful 4 seasons that we all experience up here in the North Country, right?
Right. I have one senior who, she stays here and her husband goes to Florida.
That may be for other reasons, by the way, which we won't get into now. When's the race this year?
Saturday, April 16th. The gun goes off at 10 a.m. 10
a.m. Registration probably starts a couple hours earlier?
Yeah, check-in to pick up your packet or register that day starts at 8 a.m.
Got it. How many runners do you think we're going to get?
We generally get several hundred. We're always pushing, and you know, the more the merrier. So walkers too.
Yes, right. Yeah, let's go back on that for a second, because you don't have to be an Olympian.
Correct.
Okay. Yeah. There's a bunch of different categories and a bunch of different awards. So we've got everything from kids all the way up to seniors. The reason there's corporate challenge in there, of course, is put a team together, right? And you've been very successful with that, haven't you?
Yeah, we've found organizations that like to do this, health and wellness benefit. Their human resources people are heading them in that direction. They train, get together, and they come out and they compete. Some people do it just for fun. Others are going head to head against each other.
Right, and in addition, you always give out a lot of awards. You know what I love about this is that everybody gets an award of some kind.
There's a lot.
So there are a couple of new categories?
There's a major new category that we've added on the Corporate Challenge. It's basically participation, and the organization or the corporation that get the most people to run, walk, or crawl across the finish line will get the award for participation this year.
I'm glad you said crawl, okay? Because, you know, some of us that, let's just say our running days are over. You know? Good, we get to crawl over and we get an award, yay. How much are you hoping to raise?
We generally raise between 8 and 10 grand a year, and whatever that is, when we have two charities, we after we take our expenses out, we split that with the two charities, or occasionally it's one charity that gets it.
Now, a couple of the key sponsors this year are Glens Falls Hospital and Hudson Headwaters, and they'll have a presence at the race, right?
Yeah, we have a number of sponsors. They're big sponsors. D.A. Collins is a major sponsor.
Great.
Mannix Marketing is a major sponsor, and we're getting all kinds of assistance from Trampoline Design.
Oh, great. The Tramps. Great ad agency located right in the heart of Glens Falls. And they'll have booths there or set up related to health and wellness.
Yes, we've got booths this year with this health and wellness. Hudson Headwaters is doing something special that they won't share with me what it is yet, so that should be fun.
Well, come on, Tom Lyons, will you please get going here?
Glens Falls Hospital is doing something on this aspect. I think it'll be their pediatric people or on stretching and things like this.
Oh, it's important stuff.
And then Rotary, we're going to get our booth in and show some of the things we do with pure water for the world.
Okay, Ian involved in this?
Ian will be our man there.
Okay, private joke time. Ian is from Australia, I think, right?
Absolutely.
And he's been here for about 300 years, and he still has an accent that you could cut with a knife. We really like Ian, don't we?
Does a lot of good things for us.
He absolutely does. He's dogged about helping. All right, let's cycle back on some of the facts again. April 16 is a Saturday. Student Center at SUNY Adirondack is where everyone gathers.
Exactly.
Get there early, make sure you get a good parking place. We got hundreds of runners in all different categories participating in this. There is pre-registration.
Pre-registration and race day registration.
Okay, you got both. And it's like $24, and I think there's an additional $5 if it's the day of. So if you're waiting for the weather, you pay an extra $5. And all of that money, by the way, right after the expenses for the Rotary goes to helping these organizations, one of which is the Greater Glens Falls Senior Center. So thank you both very much for coming in.
Thank you.
And good luck at the center.
Thanks.
Okay? It's a
Yes.
really very active senior center, I know.
It is. Yes.
And good to see you again, Jim.
Thanks for your help and support, Jesse.
Oh, yeah, as always. To see this interview again, you can head to our website, looktvonline.com.